Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So in this one, I wanted to really give my take on this story that my buddy sent me over yesterday, and it was regarding the NFL draft where the Jets were picking at spot number 15, and of course the New England Patriots right in front of the Jets at 14. We all know what happened. The Jets ended up with Will McDonald. The Patriots traded back from 14 to 17. They went out and selected Christian Gonzalez, corner from Oregon, whereas the Pittsburgh Steelers, that was the team that moved ahead of the Jets and selected Broderick Jones, one spot ahead of New York. And I mean, really, I want to say like 85% of mock drafts that I read since the end of the season had the Jets going with Broderick Jones at 13, let alone 15. I felt like, you know, in regards to Jones' fit with the Jets, it made sense. Obviously, they needed help at tackle, and there was just a lot of different, dots that you can connect, a lot of things to like about Broderick in New York, and it didn't happen. So the rumor is that an NFL general manager, an anonymous GM, said that Pittsburgh should have actually given up a third-round pick, not a fourth-round pick, to move from 17 to 14. He said, in his own words, Belichick did it to just F the Jets. He sold so low because he knew the Steelers were going to take the kid the Jets wanted to take. Bill will try to screw them over any chance he gets, said another anonymous NFL executive. He knew exactly what he was doing. Now, I think there could be some grains of truth to this. Personally, I don't think the Patriots and Bill Belichick were entering the NFL draft saying to themselves, hey, our number one, number two, number three, number four priority is to screw the Jets over here. We have to one-up them. We have to humiliate them on draft night. Not in the slightest. I actually think that the Patriots, the way the board played out, Witherspoon going 5, Levis falling all the way to round 2. I mean, there was a lot of surprises on day 1 of the NFL draft. Christian Gonzalez falling. I felt like because of where the Packers, Patriots, Jets were in that 13, 14, 15 slot, those 3 picks were completely up in the air because they all 3 teams have similar needs. All 3 teams could have used a wide receiver. All 3 teams could have went defensive line. In fact, we saw the Jets and the Packers go down that route. All 3 teams could have used an offensive tackle there. So the point is, yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers traded up one spot ahead of the Jets. I do think that was strategic because if you followed the pre-draft rumors with Pittsburgh, they were totally enamored with some of the tackles in this class. They were heavily linked to Paris Johnson. I felt like the Steelers were going to be a potential team moving up. I didn't think it was going to be on draft day, though. I actually felt like Pittsburgh could be one of those teams that slid up into the top 10, maybe like a day or two before the draft, just to solidify that they would get one of the top 4 offensive tackles. And obviously it's a pretty big position of need for them. So that part isn't too surprising for me. And again, from Pittsburgh's perspective, it's like, okay, the Jets really need a tackle. Everybody in the world has been mocking Broderick Jones to the Jets. There's obvious interest there. He's probably going to be off the board once the Jets get on the clock. So our best bet is to move in front. Just so happened to be the New England Patriots. So I think that New England was probably operating under the mindset of, hey, we feel really good about a couple players here. From my personal perspective, I felt like Zay Flowers made sense for New England, Smith and Jigba, Christian Gonzalez, Forbes from Mississippi State, even Banks from Maryland. So if I put myself in New England's shoes, it's like, okay, they probably could have went in like 3-4 different directions. I don't know who made the call, if Pittsburgh was trying aggressively to get up or if New England was just like, you know what, let's just give the Pittsburgh Steelers a call. Either way, though, New England slid back 3 spots and still wound up with a guy who I felt like they were probably going to be taking at 14. And at the same time, one-upping the Jets. I'm not gonna take it personally or anything like that. I think if you're a rival team, there should be that element in the in the draft. If this was the Jets doing it to the Patriots, I know I'd be all for it. So I think it's just like some gamesmanship here. This is just how you maneuver through, up and down the NFL draft. You want to take breaks where you can get them, and if you have an opportunity to go select a player that you really, really like, maybe at a later pick, and somebody's willing to come up, then I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. I think at the end of the day, both the Jets and the Patriots walked away from free agency, walked away from the NFL draft as better teams. I know New England right now isn't really projected to be all that great. I do know I was looking at the win total over unders, and I think New England was right at 7.5. So of course we have to see how the schedule pans out, right? Dive into those details once it drops May 11th. But the bottom line for me, both teams walked away better than what they previously were. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. And as always, go Jets.